since I made a video, and a lot's been going, well, I don't want to say a lot, but there's been a lot of good changes in my life these last couple weeks, might even be a month. So I've been a little bit busy. For starters, I'm taking 4 classes this summer, which is insane. Usually you only take 4 classes in the actual semester of 3 or 3.5 months. So within the summer, I'm going to be taking 4 courses, and that's so I can re-enter into the adoption assistance program and get some of my tuition paid for. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. It's going to be an insane amount of work, so I've been trying to really just prepare myself mentally for that, because I'm going to experience burnout, and I'm going to prevent it as best as I can. In one of my classes, actually, our topic was to write about a time we experienced burnout, and I just finished getting out of a burnout series that lasted like 4 months. So knowing that I'm going to be beating myself up again is definitely not thrilling, but I know the outcome is going to be good, so I'm really just trying to push through this. So I gotta take a deep breath sometimes. Also, I started my new position as a manager. Well, it's called shift supervisor. You're basically a manager, you just don't get paid what a manager gets paid. And that's been going really well. No one really has any negative things to say about me. I've received a lot of support, feedback, which is great. But today, I kind of want to talk about energy, personal energy. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I went to a workshop the other night. It was called She Means Business. It was a bunch of businesswomen and entrepreneurs, and I got up in front of the whole crowd, and I've never done something like this before. I like public speaking, but not in front of people I don't know. And I asked a question, and I said, there's a lot of people in my life who are going through their own struggles. A lot of them are older than me, and I feel as though a lot of my energy goes towards listening to them, trying to help them, and a lot of the time I don't save energy for myself. Now, the people in my life, I love them, they're not bad people. I'm not going to name specific names, but I think it's just in general. It's not even family, it's friends, people I just know, people I work with in general. It's hard for me because I'm a very giving person. I love people, I love helping people, but I'm not getting paid to be a therapist yet, so I don't want to be everybody's therapist, and I find that I attract that a lot more just because of who I am. So I got up and I said this, and I was like, I don't have people in my life, like a little tribe of people who are like me, who think similar to me, who are as driven as me, who have goals like me, have been through things like me. It's okay to have friends who aren't like you, who don't think like you. So I like that because it offers me a different perspective. But I also want people who understand more what I'm going through, and I don't necessarily have to support them, and they don't really have to support me. We just encourage each other, and we can talk, and we understand what the other person's saying, and we're respectful to each other. And I just really haven't found people like that, and I really want to. So I asked this, and I followed up saying, how do I do this? Who do I reach out to? Where can I find people? And everyone was like clapping for me and stuff. It was wonderful. It was such an uplifting experience to see all these women who were like, yeah, you go, girl. Like, I want to help you. And they were all so supportive. And a lot of the feedback I got was go online and try to find people on, I think it's called Meetup, where you meet people who are like you, I guess. I've always been kind of sketchy about making online friends because you really don't know who people are nowadays, but if they all recommended it, I might give it a try just to see who I can find. So I think I'm going to give the website a chance so I can meet some people like me. But it made me realize something. So I'm already aware that I attract people who need help and probably should go to therapy, and I can't do it anymore because I'm spending all my time trying to help those people, which again, I don't have a problem, I like helping, but at what point do I say that's enough and then I have to stop and help myself? So I think sorry, this is falling. For me, it's setting healthy boundaries because I need to preserve my energy. I need to protect myself and learn how to say no when people are being too much. I have a hard time saying no just because I do kind of feel bad, and I know people need help, and I know what it's like to not have anybody, but I really do need to take care of me. And if I'm not getting enough sleep, I'm not able to eat, I'm not doing well at work, I'm not doing well in school, I'm sorry, but I have to come first, and I hope other people will realize that. You come first. If things in your life are falling apart, at the end of the day, the only person to blame is yourself. Can't make excuses and blame it on other people. You need to learn how to set boundaries and say enough is enough. I need my space. I need my time. I'm sorry. It's nothing against you. I am just falling. I need to recollect myself, get my life back on track, and then I can proceed from there. It's hard to do. It's very hard to do, especially with family. But sometimes family can be very toxic, and they can act very negatively and impact our health very negatively as well. And so we have to learn how to say, and it's really hard, but being strong, being assertive, and saying no, like, I need my time, I need my space, please be kind enough to give it to me. But sometimes if you have abusive parents, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work. So the best thing you can do is try to find a way to get out, like stay somewhere else for a while. After school, oh my god, sorry, my eye is itching. If you're like a minor and you can't really leave, maybe stay after school at the computer lab, like pick up sports, do something so you don't have to be at home. So it's hard with family, because if you have toxic family, they're probably never going to understand, and they're never going to leave you alone, and they're going to think that you're just being a moody. That's what I call, people who are assertive and know what's best for them, and they're trying to act out on it. So I call them that as the perception people see and may not understand where they're coming from. I was one of those. I was called moody. Because I would need my space, and people wouldn't understand that, so they thought I was acting out or misbehaving, or I was moody. So yes, it's very important to set boundaries, and these ladies were telling me, the panelists, it's very important to take time for myself. It's very important to make sure that I'm not using my energy in the wrong places, and a lot of them were saying as well, and actually even women who came up to me after that, once they started putting their energy towards themselves and taking it away from other people, they felt so much better, and they're like, wow, why was I doing this at all? And if I can take that energy, I can use it to help myself be more successful, because I'm stuck. I know what I want in my career. I know where I want to start. I know where I want to end, for the most part. There's like this gap between where I am now and where I want to be in my future. And this gap is because I'm stuck with people who are in the same patterns. I'm not necessarily in those patterns, but I'm trying to help people through them. So I'm kind of stuck. And I feel as though if I have people who are like me, they can help me fill this gap. Because then I'll be able to gain more knowledge, have more resources, connect with more people, network more. And then the gap will start to shrink. And then finally, it's like, hey, you want a job? Here's a job opportunity for you. Go interview. So I think that's where I'm stuck right now, is I'm by myself. I don't have people like me. I don't know how to close that gap from where I am now to what I want. There's a missing piece. And it's because I don't have enough people to help me get there. They don't have enough knowledge about what I need to do. So I need to find people. So I guess the point of this video was to say, take your energy, conserve it as best as you can, help other people, but once it becomes too demanding, people rely on you too much, that's when you gotta cut the cord, just cut it, because people need to learn how to depend on themselves and not others, and it's not fair if people are always coming to you for help, taking your energy, taking your time. There has to be a point where they own their own issues, their own problems, their own trauma, their own drama, their own whatever. And there has to come a time where you separate yourself from that and say, I'm sorry, enough is enough. I love you, I care about you, I will always be there for you, but this has gone too far and I need to just step away. So I hope that if there's one thing anyone can do, it's conserve your energy and find people who are like you. It's very hard for you to truly connect on a deep level with people who don't necessarily think like you or have goals like you. I'm not saying it's impossible, it's just I feel as though I could get a deeper connection with people who are more like-minded to me. I have like 1 or 2 people in my life right now that are like that, and they're older than me, so I want people my age. So please, conserve your energy, find people who really relate to you, who aren't going to use you, abuse you, trigger you, traumatize you, and are just there to support and encourage you, and vice versa, you to them. So yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts about the panel I went to, and I'll keep you guys updated on how things are going. Alright, bye.